Your life does not get better by chance. It actually gets better by change. That was a quote by Jim Rohn. And today I'm talking about why these changes aren't as overwhelming as they seem and how you can actually start transforming your future right now. I'm Sanj and welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This podcast is something to help you master your mindset so you can navigate life's changes, so you can reach new heights with easy to implement techniques and to help you master your life. If you get something from this episode, please share it with someone who you think would benefit from hearing it. And I would also really appreciate it if you could leave me just a rating or a review. So today I'm talking about why changing your future is not actually as daunting as you may think it is. When we think about changing our future, when you hear, oh yeah, you need to change yourself, you need to change your life to change your future, you think of these absolutely enormous changes. You think of these huge mountains, these huge obstacles that are actually going to need to be moved for you to change your future. But actually, that's not the truth. The truth is, it's a lot simpler than you imagine. But you believe that changing your future is a big task because of the perception of how enormous you believe your future to be. When you view change as a monumental task, you envision all these massive overhauls, these significant life shifts. All these changes, you think of them as you taking these massive boulders, moving them from one space to another to clear your path so you can actually become the person you want to. The problem is you see this on an annual basis. When you set up a New Year's resolution, the reason why most people actually fail by February is because they perceive and they actually set themselves these big, vague goals and there's no clear path on them. They think that, oh yeah, to get into shape, you're going to need to hit the gym for 2 hours every day, 5 days a week. So it's your perception of the enormity of the task why you believe that changing your future is a big task. You perceive your future as this massive thing, as this huge boulder in front of you that you need to chip away at. And then the next thing is your fear of the unknown. When you think about change, it can be intimidating because it involves stepping into the unknown, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, where you're going to feel fear. You're going to feel fear of failure, fear of judgment, and the discomfort that comes with that. The discomfort that comes with stepping out of your comfort zone, trying new things, challenging yourself. Actually, one of the biggest mistakes that you make is the anticipation of the change. What you find is actually the anticipation of that change can cause more anxiety than the actual change itself. What you'll notice is it's that fear, that initial worry about what's up ahead. But when you start to take action, when you start to move and start to chip away at that change, it isn't as scary or as big as you thought. And actually, this is why changing your future is actually quite simple. You think about these big changes, this whole change, this totally different life that you want. You think that actually, if you want a totally different life, you're going to have to become a totally different person. You're going to have to do totally different things. Actually, it's not about that. It's about two things. The power of small changes. Because transforming your future doesn't require a complete overhaul of your life. It's actually about making the right small changes. Consistent changes that end up compounding over time. When you improve by 1% each day, it can actually lead to a 37% improvement by the end of the year. Those small changes, they add up. So you don't need to make massive changes. It's a number and the correct focus of those small changes, which leads me on to the next step in changing your future, why it's actually simple. The next thing is your focused effort. Your change becomes manageable when you focus on one habit at a time. If you focus on the right habits, when you're trying to change everything at once, it's a recipe for burnout. But when you focus on the right habits, just one at a time, you can actually increase your success rates by up to 42%. Because when you're focusing on one change at a time, you put everything into that. You give it your all. And what you'll find is you end up actually making that change and you start to build it into a strong habit. Changing your future is actually simple. You need to make small changes in the right places with focused effort, one at a time. When you build up one habit, you move on to the next one, then the next one, then the next one. These small changes, they'll compound over time. It's that same riddle. Would you prefer to have £5 million today or 1p doubled every single day for the next 31 days? That 1p doubled over 31 days is over 10 million. But again, it's that small change, that small focus change one at a time that will help you get there. When you take a step back, when you see what you want your future to be, you'll know where you need to make those changes. You'll know the habits you need to change. And the results of making those necessary changes actually will keep you motivated, will keep you moving forward. They'll give you positive reinforcement because as you start making those small changes, you'll notice that these positive outcomes all of a sudden come in your way. And that will reinforce your new habits. So just for example, when you start to drink more water daily, it can improve your energy levels and your overall health within a few weeks. So you notice that you're just drinking a couple of extra glasses of water a day. You notice your energy increases. And then over a couple of more days, it increases a bit more and a bit more. And then you start to feel a bit better within yourself, a bit healthier. And within a few weeks, you've noticed a big change. The next thing is when you're making these necessary changes, you start to build momentum. Small successes build momentum. And then it makes it easier to tackle those bigger goals. When you start getting those small wins that say, again, let's go for the drinking 2 glasses of water a day. When you start getting that winning streak every single day, you start to build momentum on it. And that will actually help you tackle the bigger goals, improving your health. So achieving your small goals boosts your confidence and motivates you to actually pursue those larger goals. And as I said, it creates a ripple, or as it will do, it will create a ripple effect, because when you start to see these positive changes in one area of your life, you're going to start to actually seek improvements in other areas. So you're drinking water, you're noticing your energy's getting better and your health is improving. You start to go into the gym more. You start to actually work out more, doing more exercise. You start to eat healthier. So you start to lose even more. You start to lose some weight. You start to look better. You start to improve your confidence. And then you think, actually, you know what? I'm going to start to dress better. You're going to start to feel more confident again. And then you're going to start to notice differences. You're going to become happier. You're going to start actually acting in accordance with that healthier version. So you're going to say, if you're exercising regularly, you can then get better sleep, improved mood. It can increase your productivity. It's all a ripple effect. So, but the problem is how do you identify the main habits you need to change? the first thing you need to do is you need to set your goals. What do you want your future to look like? What is your future? When you know what your future is, it's easy for you to make some clear goals. So know what your future is and set clear goals based on them. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Your second thing is self-reflection. Take time to reflect on what your daily routines, your daily habits are. Make a list. Write down what you do and you don't do. Identify the habits that don't align with what that final goal is. Write down a list of the ones that do align with that final goal. And write down a third list of what habits you need to have to reach that final goal. Align with that third column. What habits do you need to have that you don't already have that aligns with your final goal? Start to actually take action on those. Get feedback from other people if you need to. Yeah, ask your friends, ask mentors. They can offer you a different perspective on areas that you may overlook. Write things down. As I said when you write things down, you actually give yourself a third perspective. When you also get feedback from other people, it can improve your performance. And then the next thing is evaluate the habits which have the most significant impact on your life. Focus on those ones first. Focus on those that can create the biggest change, the biggest positive change in your life. 40% minimum of your daily actions are habits. So if you start identifying the most impactful ones, that's how you're going to change your life. So if you want to start to get changing on those habits, start small. Begin with a important but small habit and do one at a time. So for example, you want to eat healthier, start by incorporating an extra serving of vegetables into your diet each day. Start by cutting out sugary drinks or one day a week. When you actually start small, it reduces resistance and it actually increases the likelihood that you will succeed in the long term. The next thing is to use triggers. Pair your new habit with an existing one. If you want to start meditating, do it right after you brush your teeth. If you want to start flossing, have the floss right by your sink straight after you brush your teeth. This is known as habit stacking. So what it does is it leverages existing routines to build new ones. And the third thing you can do to get changing on your habits is to track your progress, not in your phone. Try to use a physical bit of paper right in front of your face where you can see it every single day. Something where you can see it visually, it can be so motivating. People like Jerry Seinfeld, I think he did that for 100 days. He wrote jokes every single day for 100 days. And what he used to do was he put a calendar in front of him and he ticked off a big red X every single day he did it. After a while, it didn't just become a habit. It became the challenge not to break the streak. So changing your future doesn't actually have to be daunting. By focusing on small things, small habits, small impactful habits, making manageable changes, you can actually create a ripple effect that actually flows throughout your life. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start small, use triggers, track your progress. Focus on one habit at a time. Once you've got one under your belt, get the next one. So what small change can you start making today that will have the biggest impact on your future? Yeah, keep making those small changes if you want to change your life. Watch how your future will unfold in front of you. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. You master it and you'll master your life. My mission is to make a positive impact on this world, and so I sincerely hope you can help me do that by liking, by sharing, and by following this podcast. So until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep mastering your mindset to master your life. Thank you.